Coach, the baseball regular season is wrapping up across the parking lot, but football season in full swing now at Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Carolina Panthers and the Kansas City Chiefs. It's 3-0 versus 2-1. A good early season battle as we're underway in Week 4. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Ready? Katie. 56. Check. Great. Watch the slant. Watch the slant.
First carry for Christian McCaffrey. Oh, good move. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That's good for 21 yards and a first down.
I know that play went to the left side, and that's what it was designed to do, an outside handoff there. But how about the whole offensive line being involved? Seal the left side where the play was going, what they call play side. But how about on the back side? Just taking care of business to make sure no one can get there and disrupt it.
Is the biggest key the left tackle?
Without a doubt. Control that edge. Get out there. You want that left tackle. If you bring your tight end over there, either way, control the edge of the line of scrimmage, you got a chance.
And he's got his man. It's Samuel. Touchdown, Carolina. Curtis Samuel, his second touchdown on the season. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Extra point try good by Gano. And that makes the score 7-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
The Chiefs take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up first and 10 at their own 22. Here's Mahomes now on the option right. And he's going to lose yardage here. Back to his own 18. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for second down. So the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on second and 14. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 45. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line. Well, not a good omen there. His first throw of the afternoon intercepted.
And I know what the fans are thinking right now. I hope there's not negative thoughts in his head going forward since that's his first throw of the game. But one of the things I remember about him coming out of school is he's able to wipe things away pretty easily and move on.
Here's Newton. He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Here's second and 10 now from the 35. Throwing again. Newton. It's caught by Bryant. And he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down. So the face mask, quite a blessing there as they'll start out of harm's way with a first and 10. McCaffrey following the penalty. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
20.
1-yard gain brings up 2nd and 9 at the Chiefs' 13-yard line.
On 2nd and 9, Newton. And it'll be intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line. A bit of an opening there on the first down run as they get this forward for about 6 yards. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets them to 2nd and 4.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
The throw over the middle taken in. Now the ball comes loose, and it's picked up by the Panthers. And he will score. Touchdown, Panthers. The pass receiver turned into a runner, then he turned into a fumbler, and it goes the other way for 6.
I love your description. Although for the offense, they're not too happy about it. But for the defense, what a big-time play for them. Never give up on anything. Sometimes you create your own points.
But the receiver, hard to fault him. He's just going for extra yards.
That's exactly what you're supposed to do, but you have to take care of the football.
And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Let's go.
The Chiefs take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And job 1 here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. They'll give him 8 on the play, and it's a 2nd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end. But running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Mahomes eluding the pressure right. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Shaq Thompson making his presence felt on the sack.
Well, someone's been up to the task so far in this game. They are already up a couple of scores, Brandon, and guess what? I think they're just going to pin their ears back now and get upfield and get after the quarterback.
Been such an impressive first half to get that lead. Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. And the throw there going to be incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
On 4th down on is Dustin Colquitt to kick this away. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. This is taken at the 18. A good return there, 17 yards. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. Meanwhile, on the NFL scoreboard, a game going on in Chicago. And it's the Bears who are off to the early lead. And we'll keep an eye on that one as our game goes along here. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. A tale of 2 extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive followed by an interception last time out.
Now, it sounds like things balance out, right? What's that mythological thing that we do? If you have a candy bar, have a diet soda with it, it balances it out. And we know that's not really true, right? Because the interception, that sting lingers a little bit longer. Got to come out now and put together some nice plays.
They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. Now with toss, this is McCaffrey. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage, it'll be back at the 36. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a third down.
And it's third down.
Right at the 80. Gun. 58, come on. 58.
Throwing on third down, Newton. And he finds a man. It's Olsen. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. A gain of 26 on the third down conversion. Throwing is Newton. Taking a shot for Samuel. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
Well, you've got a receiver here who's got one touchdown already in this first quarter, and they were trying to double his pleasure there, wanting to continue to go to the guys already gotten into the end zone. But good coverage to make sure that this time it fell incomplete.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well.
When you see passes knocked down by those guys I call the frustrated fullbacks, the linebackers, you know that in their zone coverage, they were able to drop, see the ball thrown, and react to it very quickly.
On third down, Newton. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 13-yard line. We often, with Cam Newton, talk a lot about his legs. Don't forget about that arm.
He can throw it on a rope. He can loft it. He's got the touch that's been developed throughout his career. But the big part about just watching him throw it, it seems almost effortless.
20.
From the red zone now, Newton. And he finds his man, the tight end Olsen. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Throwing again is Newton. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. Second down.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, help force you.
Looking for the tight end, Olsen, and it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 10. And he returns it here to his own 18-yard line. He's continuing to be a big presence defensively. Remember last week, AFC Defensive Player of the Week, and a big pick right there.
And when you pile up big numbers, it gets everyone's attention. But sometimes the number just needs to be, how many game-changing plays did you make? Did you take the ball away from the other team? He just did that, trying to win the award again this week.
That's caught at the 25. Mahomes finding Hill for a big play. 58 yards. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
Hey, 43, 15.
Mahomes now on first down. Flush to his right. This will be caught inside the 10. And he's finally taken down, and it's a big gain there on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll run it with Williams. And he'll be stopped about a yard shy of the goal line after a pickup of about 3.
It is definitely hard to find space near the goal line. You always want to have a guy in the game running it who can create his own.
Second and goal from the 1. Mahomes takes it himself. Officially no gain on the sneak. Kind of a wasted play there, and now it's third down.
Almost want to go Shakespeare here. My kingdom for a yard. Quarterback sneak, nothing doing.
Better be careful. Shakespeare might sue you.
Yeah, he might come get me, right? Good luck with that, Bard.
And he won't get to the marker as they're going to stop it for a second straight play right at the line of scrimmage.
Brings up 4th and goal.
They come out here in the eye. The offense is staying out there. Here we go on 4th and goal from the 1. Here we go with Williams. And he is in. Touchdown, Kansas City. Darrell Williams, his first touchdown on the year, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Harrison Butker is on for the extra point. And that one makes it 14-7. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And 2 picks thrown here in this first half alone. We'll see how that affects him.
Can't wait to see where his confidence is, because the great ones, they'll throw 4 or 5 picks, and while it'll hurt their team, it won't hurt their confidence. They'll think something was just wrong with the ball or the wind or something was funny. It's never about them. That's how they stay so into the moment and into the game.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And 2 interceptions thrown here in this first half. You hear it, no matter the sport, they say the great athletes, they can kind of have a short-term memory, but that's easier said than done.
It is easier said than done, but I played with a guy who threw 2 interceptions in the first quarter of a really big game we were playing.
Johnny Unitas?
And no, not quite of that level and not of that age. But I remember
going for the age.
I remember looking over at him, and he was smiling. And I thought, what is he smiling about? It's because he had enough confidence in himself that that was a fluke. And he went out and played pretty well the rest of the day.
On first down, this is McCaffrey. He takes this for about 6 down inside the 40.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
Six yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. This is Newton off the play fake to McCaffrey. He's going to float this one deep right, and he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. DJ Moore, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Panthers, they widen their lead. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions, and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
At their own 25-yard line.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
They completed the screen on the perimeter, but boy, that was textbook defense. Exactly as you're taught to play against a wide receiver screen, and they snuffed it out for a loss of yardage.
2nd and 12 after the first down pass play went backwards for 2 yards. Now a throw for the All-Pro Kelsey is complete. They'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Mahomes looking to throw on 3rd and 2. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. K1 short with a sack. That's 315 pounds a man right there. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it, but it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. To throw is Newton. And they get to Newton and take him down for the sack.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. But he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down.
It's a nice completion, a little bit of run after catch as well to create the yardage that they got. But it is so tough to cover that route, the drag route, because they run it at varying speeds. Because the key is to create hesitancy on the defender's part.
Always so empathetic for those DBs, aren't you? 3rd and 2, Newton. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything to warrant the flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. Could not have thrown that out there any better. When the ball hit the ground, I thought it might go into the end zone the way it was angling, but perfectly jutting out at the 1.
You think maybe what we saw in practice came into play there? You know, he put those big cans down on the sideline and angled for him and shot for him. Looks like it worked out pretty well for him, too.
They start the drive on the ground. It's Williams. And they'll get him down up past the 15, just shy of the 20. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Down he goes at the 23, a pickup of 4. In on the tackle there, Luke Kuechly. To throw on 2nd and 6, Mahomes. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
Throwing now is Mahomes. The Panther rush too strong. They get there and take him down. Timmy Jernigan with a sack.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. Returnable here from the 38. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you called before, realize it hasn't worked
so well. Go to something else.
And maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. To throw again. Newton. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. And finally brought down at the 43. The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Newton now closing in on a 200-yard first half through the air. It's 1st and 10. Back to throw, Newton. And they've got the hook up. This is Olsen. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 23 yards, the final tally. And now with that completion, he's north of 200 yards here in the first half.
And he's going to break our statistician Marvin, isn't he? Marvin right now is just toweling it up. Hope his hand doesn't hurt.
And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
All day, defense, all day, all day.
And the defense obviously expecting run as well, as they're going to shut that one down at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down. So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game, as we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes us 2nd and 9. Mahomes now to throw. He's going to look deep for Watkins. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. 27 yards there, a first down. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Watch out, watch out. Tell you what. 56 is Mike. 56 is the Mike. Watch the run. Watch the run. Good shot, baby. That's a baby shot.
From the gun, it's Mahomes. Flushed out right. Complete, the tight end Kelsey. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
As a general rule, offensive linemen like to know where their quarterback's going to be when he's setting up to throw the football. But sometimes they just have to get on the run, get on the move. He was able to do that on that play and picks up the first down with a nice throw.
And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. On 2nd and a yard, Mahomes. It's Kelsey on the ground. And he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line.
Well, that's the big drawback to this play. Even if somehow the quarterback pitches it, he's not immune to the big hit. In this case, he kept it and absorbed it anyway.
That drive took him inside the 10. Good job defensively to hold him to 3.
Yeah, I like how you did that. Give a little tip of the cap to the stop troops there because they didn't give up a touchdown in that situation, right? Made them kick the field goal. And, yeah, points went against them, but that feels a whole lot better running off the field.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, what's interesting is what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. From the 30 on 2nd down, Newton and Olsen over the middle. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 12 yards there and a 1st down.
His position, and he's listed as a tight end, but he certainly doesn't run like one, and that's what we're seeing more and more coming into the league. Those guys who can run, make plays after the catch, and gain that additional yardage.
And using that speed there to turn it into a pretty nice little gain.
Great. Yeah. Mike, 58, right there. 3 buzz. 20.
Newton on 1st down. And he's got his man on the out route. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45.
All that practice time came to fruition on that play. All those timing routes that they work on through training camp, OTAs, minicamp, and just regular season, they got it done on that one. An out cut, ball was delivered, and picked up the completion.
Cut. 58.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Newton buying time to his left. He's got the 1st down and more inside the 40. And he slides to avoid the hit. And he'll be brought down with a 1st down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 24-yard line. So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 24. The shotgun snap for Newton. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31. Frank Clark fighting his way home to get the sack. Defensive end gets in there that time. They were in a 4-3. What's the responsibility of the ends versus the tackles there, Charles?
Well, most of the time when you talk about the ends, they're your pass rushers. They're the guys that you turn loose to try and get to the guy who's going to throw the football. The tackles, usually more of the run-stuffing variety. But the way this game is advanced, you're wanting a little bit of everything out of all of your guys. But let's just go ahead and break it down and make it simple. The guy who's the right defensive end versus a right-handed quarterback, that's the blind side. He's going after the quarterback. He's going to put him on the ground.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. From the gun, here's Newton. And that is incomplete.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he led him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
And the 11-year veteran bangs it through, and that will get the lead up to 14. So put another 3 on the board. All things considered, a good opening drive to begin the 3rd quarter.
And as a defense, the way that this game is going, you're excited to see those points go on the board. Gives them a little bit of leeway to play with when they're out on the field, but they're real excited to see their offense score. Now they get to go out there and do their part.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point?
The kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him in contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him in contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about that.
Toe bashed it.
Super toe.
On 2nd and 12, Mahomes steps away to his left. Mahomes hit. He lost the football. And it's picked up by the Panthers. And he is going to bring this back inside the 20 to the 18-yard line. Well, let's see now, Charles. That's 7 turnovers between last week and this week. 3 here in this game, 4 in last week's game.
You know I do my research, right? And I go all the way back to the best coaches that have ever been in this game. And all of them started with ball security in some form or another, understanding that taking care of the ball was the key to winning games. They can't believe what they're seeing right now because they spent all this time on it with the fundamentals, taking care of it, tucking it away, and they're not doing it.
They'll try to get the running game going with McCaffrey. And he'll take it from the 18 to the 15, a gain of 3.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
On 2nd and 7, Newton. And that one incomplete. They try to sneak in a deep ball with the clock running down, but to no avail as time will expire on this third quarter of play. The Panthers on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 7.
58 for Mike, 58. Gun.
Here's Newton. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off inside the 5. 2-score game here in the 4th, and that pick, it kind of keeps the door ajar, doesn't it?
It does, and you wonder about their strategy because with a 2-score lead, you would think maybe you're just sitting on and trying to drain some clock. It's almost like they felt like, hey, we've got a good cushion. We can keep pressing it. It ended up costing them.
He's going to float this one deep right side. And nearly picked off. Surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but it does get away and it's 2nd down. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Kill. Hey, Rip Liz. Hey, color.
To throw, it's Mahomes. Oh, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle 3rd. He couldn't catch it. Now 3rd down.
But plain and simple, that's the 2nd time today that he's dropped a pass.
And that one, I think, maybe even a little easier than the earlier one that he dropped. Surprising.
Was this game announced as a night game prior to it? Maybe his rhythm is just off. He's got thrown off. He's got to wake up, enjoy the sunshine, and go play.
Mahomes completes that one to Watkins. First down for the Chiefs. Solid chunk of yardage, 17 on the play. So the previous play, a big help, as now they'll have it 1st and 10 up at the 20. And again, it's Mahomes. To the right side, it's Kelsey. An 11-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Chiefs first down. Fourth quarter, every drive's so critical, and you figure may only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the second touchdown. You got the first one for the second one to even matter.
Mahomes going to pull it out and keep it himself. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's second down.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead, he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir. Able to turn that into a positive gain.
Yeah. Here we go.
And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
Mahomes going to throw. He's going to loft one deep over the middle. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man-on-man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Mahomes to throw once more. Forced out to his left. Able to locate his running back open downfield. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. 2 chunk plays in a row. The last one was over 20 yards, and so is this one. Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they get to him quickly here as he's stopped right around the 13. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Now Mahomes. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. From 13 yards out. And the Chiefs are able to cut into this lead. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Mahomes now on the sneak, and he's going to take it into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Patrick Mahomes with touchdown number 8 on the year, as his guys are back within a single score. Point after up and good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. I'm curious to see, Charles, about the play calling on this drive. Last time out, the interception that led to a touchdown. Here we are. I mean, very close, 1-score game.
Man, if I'm a defender, I'm actually chirping to you on the other side of the ball, said, hey, we picked off the last one. What you going to do about it now? So when you do throw the football, high percentage, but throw with confidence. Because if there's any hesitancy at all, it could end up in enemy's hands again.
They go play action here on 1st down. They'll let this go for the end zone. And nearly picked it off. He had a chance to come down with that in the end zone, but it will wind up just being incomplete. So line of scrimmage still at 39 on 2nd and 10. Jumpy on the right side of the line. Sometimes when you're on the end, a little bit farther away from the ball, any type of movement will get you to jump, and that's exactly what happened there. So the penalty certainly helps them out as they come up on 2nd and 5. Here's Newton. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's third down.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big third down. The Chiefs now going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Gano's kick is good, and that will push the lead up to double digits now at 10. So his second field goal of the game, and that could turn out to be the big one.
Yeah, you have to make them score twice to beat you, and that's not impossible. But here in the fourth quarter, puts their backs clearly against the wall.
This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. Now here's Mahomes. And this time he's got the hookup. It's complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. A gain of 13. It's a first down. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Mahomes now on 1st down. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. 1st down for the Chiefs. Solid chunk of yardage, 17 on the play. Now Mahomes. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that is caught. But he will come down out of bounds, says the side judge. Incomplete. He was looking for Tyreek Hill that time. And it's 2nd down.
Yellow.
Back to throw, Mahomes. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight. Unable to find anyone open.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
And the blitz does come. He's going to let it fly. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
I remember a coach telling me a long time ago the difference between playing corner and safety in the NFL. Corner is like the Autobahn. Everybody just flying by, and these corners have been really busy in this game, although they got it done on the last play.
On the last play, yes, but there have been some good numbers put up against them offensively. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it.
They're not ready for this. They still playing soccer.
Mahomes throwing on 4th. And that is incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Panthers will get the football back. So with that, we can just about close the book on this one, Charles.
Yeah, what's the old expression about slim and none? Well, Slim just left town on that one.
They're down to none?
Yes, exactly right.
No room to be had there on the first down run as he's lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. Another running situation on the doorstep as they come up 2nd and 10. Throwing here, Newton. Bryant has it. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. And finally brought down at the 38. The catch and run there, good for 16 and a first. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. So this one is over. A victory for Carolina. And you've got to say, CD, it was the defense who had a big part in the W.
Oh, without question. When you force 4 turnovers, you get to enjoy the spoils of victory, don't you? It's rare that you force 4 turnovers and lose a ball game. That's almost unheard of. They carried this one home. You talk about celebrating with each other and being in a position where going forward, all you think about is, let's get 5 next time. They're going to be on the hunt.
So for Carolina, hey, they finish a perfect month of September as they move to 4-0 on the new campaign. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Chiefs, they'll fall back to 500 at 2-2. And they'll look to get back on track next week as they travel to Denver to take on the Broncos. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.